Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's Taser Productions here, and today I'm bringing you guys a Wi-Fi battle against a good friend of mine, the Blue Panther. This battle is different than the normal usual battle. Instead of it being a 2v2 with 4 Pokemon, it's a triple with 6 Pokemon. We wanted to try it out, and to be honest with you guys, it requires a lot more strategy as to the placement of your Pokemon, because your far right Pokemon can attack your far left Pokemon and vice versa and stuff like that. So I lead out with Metagross, Charizard, and Landorus, and he used Azelf, Swampert, and Metagross as well. In my head, the biggest threat on his starting Pokemon right here is his Swampert and his Azelf, but more so the Azelf, because there's a chance that it may be running Ice Beam, which is a weakness basically to my whole team, minus the Landorus. So I'm just going to go ahead and one-hit KO it since it has a weakness to a Dark move. With Charizard, I use Heat Wave. I'm not sure why I used Heat Wave. I should have used Earthquake, but I'm pretty sure I didn't use Earthquake just because the damage it would have done to my Metagross and or my Landorus. It's just damage I didn't want to take. I used Meteor Mash on his Swampert, expecting it to do a lot more damage than it did. And then he comes out with Muddy Water, and it it takes my Landorus down to half HP, and it doesn't do as much damage as my Charizard as I thought it would be. He uses Hyper Beam towards my Landorus, so he obviously sees my Landorus as the major threat, which is rightfully so. He brings out Kyogre, and this thing is going to turn into a threat as well, because of Origin Pulse. And the fact that he starts making it make it rain with Swampert out is a big threat. And to be my honest opinion, he should have started Kyogre out with Swampert in the first place. Alright, so he goes out with Rock Slide just to deal damage. He takes out my Landorus. But my Metagross and Charizard's still in, but Charizard's probably gonna die. He gets a big flinch on my Metagross right there, which ends up playing a big difference probably in the end, in my opinion. He uses Origin Pulse after my Dragon Claw that almost kills a Swampert, but it keeps him up. It was a bad decision, and so right there I'm already down 2 Pokemon, and so it's 4-5 right now. I bring out Rotom, which is actually gonna help me out and the biggest run, because it's a Mo Rotom, and I didn't want to switch out just because of the chance of the damage I was gonna take. So he uses Muddy Water again, and I just used Rock Slide in order to do damage on the Kyogre, because the Swampert was practically already dead. I wanted to lower the Kyogre's life as much as possible so that my Thunderbolt will almost kill. And then we're going to go ahead and do Meteor Mash on the opposing Metagross, which at that point I could have used Earthquake. It was a really bad mistake on my idea not to. It would have killed him. He uses Origin Pulse, and it one-hit KOs my Garchomp, which is actually really bad for me. It was a very scary position for me in the end. Right now I'm down 3-4, so I was really nervous, and so all I have is my Lucario, Metagross, and Rotom, which are already out. He brings out a Terrakion, is that how you say that? And I use Close Combat on him. It's a one-hit KO, which is really good, and I'm gonna go ahead and use Thunderbolt on Kyogre, which is gonna be another KO, which brings me up to a good 3-on-2 lead. But the problem is my Lucario is choice scarfed, and you'll see why that turns into a problem here in a second. I used Meteor Mash on his Metagross because for one, this is why I said 3 triples matches are extremely interesting, because really I wanted to use Close Combat on Metagross with my Lucario, but since my Lucario is on the far right side and his Metagross is on the far left side, I actually can't attack him. So he brings out Lugia, which is really bad for me in this situation because I'm choice scarfed into Close Combat, so I have no other choice but to just use Close Combat on his Lugia. and Thunderbolt from Rotom on or Rotom, however you say him. We'll call it Rotom. We're gonna use Thunderbolt on Rotom to take him down to maybe about 20%. We use Earthquake, not knowing that it's not going to affect the Lugia, and it's not going to affect my Rotom, and that since Lucario's on the far right side, he plays no part in that situation. His Metagross just barely survives, and my Metagross dies due to Life Orb, which is really annoying. Considering I died using Life Orb, and he barely survives with 1 HP. There I get really lucky there. I survive with 4 HP. I have no idea how I survived. I have to use close combat again, and to be honest, I think that's my 5th close combat. So now I'm in a really bad situation with Lucario, considering I can't bring him back and put him onto the left side and change his move. But I'm just gonna go on the kill with Lugia. He uses Hyper Beam, and thank God I get so lucky right there. If I did not get that lucky, I would not have won this match at all. Since I'm Choice Scarf, I have to use Struggle, and I can't get any damage done off of Lucario, so I have to use Volt Switch or Thunderbolt, but I use Volt Switch just to mess around to win. Good game, Panther. I just want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. The capture card is on its way, guys, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, it's Taser Productions, and I'm out.